Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Bizchicks TV. This is the place for tips, tools, strategies, and everything you need to build a profitable business and take the hassle out of your hustle. Today is Tuesday. That means we have the digital diva herself right here in the studio. TJ, Terry Johnson online from New York City. She'll be sharing some information that you're going to want to take really good notes for. Get your pen, get your paper, put your chair in its upright position. Let's get ready to learn some digital marketing and social media strategies. Welcome to the replay. If you're watching on the replay and if you're live and in person, welcome. TJ, take it away.
Hello, everybody. How you doing this wonderful week where, the weather is starting to change and up and down. So we need to talk about things that change on social media, things that are changing. And let me get a little sip of water because I'm going to get ready to talk. So we're talking about driving the conversation. So I call this driving the conversation because we are going to talk about meaningful conversations, relevant conversations on social media because you want to drive the conversation. And I put up a post. Let me see if I remember if I can find my post. I put up a post last week on Instagram. I meant to share it on YouTube. It just slipped through the cracks. But I just want to read it real quick. Let me bring up my Instagram, which is not okay. Oh, here we go. Something's wrong. Okay, let me get my phone. Where's my phone?
Yeah, his Instagram on the
Oh, here's
desktop
my
is
phone. Sorry,
right.
I got it. I tried to bring it up on the desktop, but something is stopping it. Who knows? I might have something that's installed. Okay, so let me get out of the conversation and go to my profile. Okay, here we go. So my last post, and I'm not one for Instagram like posting like every day, which I should, but I subscribe to. Okay, if I have something relevant to say, and this gets into the relevant conversations. If I got something relevant to say, I will post it, and it will get picked up. And then if I need to say it again, I say it, differently or whatever. But my last post was okay. I said, breaking news: social media platforms aren't here to serve you. They provide a place for you to network, to broadcast your thoughts and ideas that will connect with the right audience. So the caption, I'll read this. It says, "Let's talk about social media platforms. They're not here just for fun. They're actually a great way for you to network and share your thoughts and ideas with the world. By using social media, you can connect with the right audience and make a real impact that will grow your audience and your business. So don't underestimate the power of these platforms. They're here to help you connect with a like-minded audience and boost your brand presence online." I put, a bunch of hashtags. I don't subscribe to the, oh, you can only have 5 hashtags or Instagram was penalize you. We talked about that. They're not penalizing you for that.
Correct.
That's just talking. And good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Mark.
Thank you for being here. I appreciate your voice as always. So driving conversations, that's really what you have to do. There's a lot of complaints. We talked about TikTok, we talked about Instagram and how Meta and Facebook and all these platforms are really here. They're corporations. They're here to serve their masters, which is the
Yeah.
shareholders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're not here for you. And that's why I posted what I posted. It's a platform for you to say what you have to say, drive the conversation. That means you're in charge. They give you the tools. They say, here, build your house. They don't give you a prefab house. They say build your house. And I love that because I like building my own house. That way I can do what I want. Now, they're not going to give me everything. It's not a charity, it's a business. So they're going to give me just enough to say, hey, build that house. And I'm like, you're sure? Then you have other people who they want the house, but they don't want to build the house. So what are these people? What do those people do? They go around crying and screaming about the algorithm and chronological, and they stay stuck in that spot of social media before the pandemic of they still post like it's 2017 or 2018 or whatever. So really, there's information to help those people, but you got to want to take it in and absorb it and use it. You have to use it. And I mean, I have some people that I work with and I tell them do XYZ today. They don't do it. And I said, "Oh well, I gave you my advice and there was an exchange of payment, so I'm happy." But if you don't take the advice, you can't complain. So, and it's for me, it's not about taking people's money or whatever. I like to see the end result of I know what you want to achieve, your goals, your business goals, your brand goals. So I want to help you with that. But you got to do that part. If I give you the meal, because we were talking about all you can eat last week, you got the meal, sit down and eat it. And I see that a lot. It bothers me. It bothers me because I'm not I got their money and go, I'm gone. I mean, okay, yeah, you paid, but it's like, okay, you're still not doing what I said. And then I see what's happening and things aren't progressing because you could see that. You could see what's going on online. You could see um things. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, sometimes I'm flabbergasted because there's one person and now when I go check their Instagram, they have like private stories. I'm like, the close friends option.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you make a story, but it's close friends only. I'm like, that's not gonna get you seen if it's private. So I'm like, okay, I don't know. For me, it bothers me. And I have to get over because I like helping people. I like, here's the solution. You don't know how to do this. You don't know how to do. Here it is over here. Oh, it's for free. Or let me show you or point you in the right direction. I'm like, okay, but what else? What else can be done? What else can we say to say this is the platform? It used to be the mall. It used to be newspapers. It used to be TV ads, radio, name it. That was how you connected with the audience, the right audience, and drive the conversation to get them to buy from you, which is a business objective, right?
Mhm.
More
Right.
customers, more sales. So I'm really not understanding it. And this is not new. This is not new for me. And I always go, okay, so what's going on? I would really like to know what's going on the other side of this. Like, because you get the advice, you get the, specific advice for your business. And I tell you to do XYZ, you don't do XYZ. And it's like, and Gary always says it's free. The platform use is free. And he's going around like I'm gonna post everywhere. And you don't have to post everywhere. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that the opportunity is there and it's free. What did you have to do if you wanted to advertise on TV? You got to pay. What if you wanted to run an ad in the newspaper for your business on Main Street? You had to pay the newspaper. I still don't get it. So I'm just like, is it me or what? I
Well,
don't get
maybe some people, I'm just thinking, they don't know how the machine works.
But I'm telling you how it works. And I'm
Right.
saying, do this. It's like going to the doctor and they say, you have XYZ condition, take these pills, you'll be better.
Right. And that, okay, but what I'm saying is the old mindset of, okay, I'm going to buy an ad. That, okay, so there's nobody for you to buy. You can buy an ad from Facebook or whatever. You can pay for ads. But if you don't have whatever it is that you're trying to say, maybe that's it. They don't know what they want to say when they go. You know what I'm saying? Because like the person that you
Oh, okay. Well, let's use this. I'm not using any names. It's just say that this person knows what to do. They're making the content. It's
out
not getting traction as it could get traction because
because they put it in a bag in a corner over there instead of putting it
yes, which
out.
is I don't understand when I told you specifically do this, specifically do this.
And
very
that,
specific about doing things.
so they may have a issue about, are they not confident in what they're
Well, the
saying?
confidence is okay. The confidence is there. The content is there. The business is there. The goal is there.
Mhm.
But the things that I say do specifically aren't being done because I've checked. I will check. I'm a teacher. I will check your homework.
And
If
then,
I say,
okay, then it just goes back to, are we just being lazy, or I don't want to do? Well, they posted it to the close people. So, okay.
it's the opposite. I'm just looking at, okay, this is the opposite of what I want you to do. I don't want you to do close anything. The objective is, okay, to get brand sponsored deals or to get more customers. If you have a closed set, how are they going to see what you're doing? You're closing the set.
Right, because if you want somebody to know about your product or your service, you have to tell them what you offer. And if you
Yes.
don't tell them what you offer, there's not going to be anybody to buy
Well,
your
okay,
product or
they're
service.
telling, they're doing the telling is there. The website is there, the this is there, the content, everything is there. There's no progression. Like you can have much more if you did XYZ and let go of this particular platform. If you let go of this particular platform, which people are complaining about, that the reach is being lowered, your views are being lowered, I'm not reaching as many people, and I'm saying go over there to the new orchard and pick the apples. This orchard is dead.
Right. And so I had a thought. Mark has a comment and I'm going to read
Mhm.
it. But I
Mhm.
had a thought about, there's a time like, why are you not going? You told them to go. You given them all of the stuff that they need to go, and a website is not going to you just because you have a website. If you don't tell anybody, hey, go check out my website, you will not
Mhm.
get people. The website is there. It's kind of like your bulletin, not even a bulletin board, because a bulletin, what is that, a billboard, at least the traffic sees it when they're driving. Your
Right. And
website is a
mhm.
place for people to go and experience your content, get to know a little bit about you,
Yes.
but you still have to tell people about the website. You can't, a lot of people in the past had thought, okay, I'm gonna build a website, right?
Build it. If you build it, they will come, and that's not true.
They don't come. You can build a great website, but if nobody knows that you have the website and you didn't tell anybody, the
Right. If
people
I
that,
don't need it, I'm not going to go. I don't need that.
if you don't tell me that you have a website, how will I know what you have to offer? Mark's comments. Mark says, this
Yeah.
is why I have an objective setting session prior to accepting clients. In addition to clarifying their objectives and how success will be defined, I gauge whether they are ready.
And I do that. Go ahead with this comment.
He says, I can tell that they are not ready to do, if I can tell that they're not ready to do the work, I don't accept them as a client beyond setting their objectives.
And I do that. I mean, I have, the surveys and stuff. We've had conversations before we went into the page strategy. We've talked, and then I've done all that with this particular person. I do that with everybody to see where they are.
But if they
So,
don't follow through,
right. So this
this,
person is receptive. This person is reasonably intelligent. We discussed the goals. We agreed on the goals, and I said what I had to say, and they did continue to do what they're doing. And like I said, I noticed when I go to Instagram, it's like, why is that circle green? I'm like, I've never seen that circle be green for the stories. Green circles, that's close friends. That's a closed set.
so
So
okay, maybe they just don't want no more business.
I don't, no, they do. That they do. They want growth. They want to sell this. They want to sell that. And I specifically gave pointers of let go of this platform and look at that platform because it's a better fit for what you do, your industry, and your goals.
Okay, some people just don't like change.
And there was nothing for them to do because the content is already there. The website is already there. The things that several months, years of content. All you got to do, and I'll say specifically, I said you need to be on Pinterest because the person wasn't on Pinterest, and the industry, the niche that you're in, perfectly aligns with Pinterest. Perfectly.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay. So, but here's the thing: could be Pinterest is not that popular, or they're not as known. They're the new neighborhood.
And
Well,
we
not
talked
really
about
new.
Pinterest, and I'm like, okay, are we here not talking about creators, the creator economy, influencers? What are business owners online to do? I really want to know. I thought it was to attract people in your audience and drive the conversation so you can sell
You
what you're
can help people buy your product or service. You telling
and
them
they buy on Pinterest more than they buy on Instagram. Instagram is broadcast. Hey, here I am, and this is what I do. And there's several touch points, several feeds, several algorithms. Each one is different. If you don't want to chase that rabbit, and you don't have to, your niche is a better fit on this other platform. Damn the popularity. I don't care about that, but that's what you just said. That's what is keeping people stymied, stuck, not grow because they're trying to stay on a popular platform when it's clearly not working. Clearly, it doesn't work. Now, I'm not saying leave Instagram. I'm saying your efforts, you'll get more, you'll get better returns, results, a better harvest. If you take what you already have it. All you have to do is make a pin and a link. Just make a pin in the Pinterest size, you go to Canva, you click that resize, it will do it for you. Graphic and the pen, and you go about your business. And you can go back and play on Instagram or play on X or wherever you like playing. But you want some dollars, you want some revenue, you want some money in that business account. Cha-ching, you go where the cash register is registering and ringing. That's all I'm saying. I just can't. And I didn't want to bring this part up of it. I was really going to talk about driving the conversations, but this fits into it because it's like, okay, you need to make content, you need to make messages that starts a conversation where you say, I've got what you need. I've got the fix of your problem. Let's go here. And that's your link. And then you got more stuff over there and you have more of a conversation. And you do that where people are receptive, not on a platform where people want memes, whatever the funny joke is, fights and whatever that's gossip and all that stuff that's happening. I'm not downing it. I'm just saying that if we're in business, yeah, that's funny, but where the business at? Where's the conversation that's driving the sale at?
so if I hear you correctly, you can spend your time with the Housewives channel, or you can be on another channel where the people are willing to pay you for your services and are over there for a particular purpose for the things that you have to offer. They're waiting for you.
There are
But
people
the
their
Housewives
wallets are
channel,
open. Their wallets are open. Their
mm,
wallets are not open on Instagram. What do and if you don't believe me, ask yourself, how do you or family members or people that you know when they go on Instagram, what's their behavior? What do they send? What are the links that they send you? Because I get links from people, ha, ha, ha. It's funny stuff, entertainment stuff, gossip stuff. Oh my God, what's happening with the royal family and the photoshopping? That's all I'm seeing online this week. And then and those things they're fun, they're a distraction. But I'm just saying that, okay, let's get back to business, guys. Where's the conversation happening that drives the sale?
so would you say that the Instagramish stuff is like mental candy when we need to be over there getting our vegetables and our dinner and stuff.
Yes, and you can have the snack. It's great. I'm not saying abandon Instagram. I'm just saying because I see the conversation of people saying it's not working. My efforts aren't working. I'm planting and fertilizing and hoeing and getting rid of the weeds and nothing's growing. My reels, my views, my carousel, nobody's crickets. And I'm like, okay, because we're not, you're hard selling. You're selling. You want to sell. You want the business. Nothing wrong with that. It's just that Instagram is not the platform for that. You can sell. People are selling all the time over there, but those are people that have a system that works, and the system has been working for years.
Oh, so wait, there has been change. And go ahead.
And they know, and the people that are selling, because I follow them, the ones that are selling, they use the memes, they use the jokes, they use the relevant, and we talked about this with Dr. Tachi, and she used the real. They have hitched the wagon to the back of something moving fast, and they're reaping the benefits because they know how to turn that thing that's hot, the viral thing, the talk of the week, whatever's going viral on social, they know how to connect that to their business. So when they connect it, they're plugging into the attention and then driving that attention over to their system that they already got set up that's worked for years. It's almost automatic for them. It's like taking candy from a baby. They're over there laughing like, oh, you're talking about this thing this week? Oh, I know how to hook into that. I'll make a funny graphic and hook you right on in. And they never know it. But those people are experienced and know what they're doing. And Dr. Tachi says, and people don't want to be sold to on Instagram. Exactly. But
they don't, that was the point. Understand, okay, what do they call it? Read the temperature in the room.
Read the room.
Read the room. Leave me alone. I'm over here to watch a little comedy, have a little candy, watch a little movie, do something else. I don't want you talking to me. Hey, I got a da. I get that. And I don't even think on Facebook they want you to do, people don't want you to do that too much. But if you're like what you said, what we have learned about Pinterest is people know that when I go to Pinterest, I'm looking to buy something, whether it's a fountain for the backyard or whatever it is. I'm looking for a particular thing. I will go to Pinterest to see my options, and somebody over there has what I'm looking for.
Exactly. And it's easy to search. And let's be real, the market there is women. I'll say 22 because there's a little younger contingent over there, but 22 and up, it is women. There's some men over there, but it is women, and it's more than weddings, planning a wedding, and those kind of things. That's the thought process behind it. Oh, it's not as cool as Instagram because they are just pinning wedding dresses and there's lots more stuff going over there. There's home decoration, there's home buy. A real estate person, you should be on Pinterest. Those people are ready. They are pinning things for their new home, their new kitchen, the renovation, the new bedroom. They're having kids. They need to go to a bigger house. They're pinning houses. They're pinning everything. And when they pin, that's an idea of boom, this is what I want. And when it crosses me, I'm buying it. I'm ready because there's an easy way to buy. The link to a website, boom.
So here's the thing that I think might be tripping up, depending on people of a certain age. They don't want to learn something new.
Yes.
And the audience that you're talking to now is the 22 to 50 somethings. That means you're going to have to leave your house, the house that you just comfortable in, get out of that house, go to another neighborhood because they're not talking to you over there.
Right. But that house is on fire. Why are you staying there? Well, everything's good. No, it's on fire. Leave it. And the argument about, well, okay, it's difficult to transition. Well, Pinterest is pretty easy. You just install the app and they ask you your interests. They set you up and there's a big old search button. And you just type away. They even suggest things when you start typing a word. Pinterest will suggest things just like Google and a search engine, just like when you go to TikTok or anything. They're even better at it because they're going to give you exactly what you want. So again, Pinterest is not the hip, sexy, popular high school cheerleader. It's not that. But who wants that? As a business owner, I want it to hey, hit it. Here's my stuff. It's gonna reach the right people. When they see it, they know what to do. You don't have to go, well, oh, what do people know what to do on Pinterest? Yes, if they're using it, they know what to do. You don't have to educate them on, okay, well, you gotta they know what to do. They know, and there's an expectation of there's gonna be something over there, a shopping cart. There's gonna be something over there with me to put my credit card in. They already know that. Pinterest users. That's what I'm saying. They're primed to buy. Instagram users are what? Primed to get entertainment.
Right.
Get a joke. To get the latest thing. What happened on Club Shay Shay? What's going on in the shade room? What's going on? What those kind of things. The gossip. Nothing wrong with that. That's what they are primed for. And if you stick an ad about buying or this or that, or you put up a post about 50% off, I don't care about that. They don't care about that. They have to be ready to buy on Instagram, and they're not ready to buy. Pinterest is ready to buy because they're pinning things, because they're putting their boards up of this is what I want, or this is what I want to be, or this is the hairstyle, makeup, beauty, real estate, how buying, all the things that go with houses, redecoration, even relocation. I'm thinking about moving if I'm already on Pinterest looking at something else, I was like, well, what happens if I type in the city that I want to move to? Ooh, what's it for sale? Oh wow. I wasn't ready, but let me take see, priming. So that's what I mean about driving a conversation of, okay, and here it is again. If you're on the wrong road, the wrong highway, is anything gonna happen?
No, you're gonna get lost driving down the street, ending up someplace you ain't want
And
to
I
be.
get it. Pinterest, yeah, I'm Pinterest. Which they did Pinterest and Instagram. But Instagram is great. Yeah, they got all this stuff over there and whatever. And the people that are selling, they have already been selling. They have a system that works, like I said, for years. They didn't just start yesterday or last year. They started 5 years ago, before the pandemic. They had their stuff together. They had their audience. Their audience knows if I see a post from that person, I know what they're doing. I know what's going on. And it's not entertainment. It's not dancing, and it's not a joke. It's not a meme. Unless like I said, the good profiles on Instagram who sell things, products and services, they know to tie it in to whatever the joke of the day is, the meme of the day. They know how to tie it in because they're roping that interest from that meme or that viral thing and bringing it to them. And they're like, once I get them in my circle, once I get them in over here with me, I know they're going to see whatever, and they're going to tap that link, and we're off to the races. See, they don't have to work as hard because they have the experience and they've been on there for a long time. They know how it works. But if you're over there floundering and going, well, okay, well, I want more people to sign up, or I want more people to go to my website. I want more people to buy my ebook, book, thing, whatever. There's a link. Why aren't they clicking on it? Because they don't want to be sold to, just like, let me put this back up. Dr. Taji said people don't want to be sold to on Instagram. Well, why not? Because they're not there for that. They're not there for that. Where are they ready to buy?
Apparently, we need to be over there on Pinterest.
Google, and also bringing Google back in, the original Google, the original type of search and whatever. Things pop up for you to buy when you're looking for, and this is search intent that Google's really good at. You type in some kind of shoe, they're gonna pop up with links with a shoe and a price and a buy. They don't mess around, those Google. They know what you're searching for. You search for pizza, you don't have to do pizza near me. It automatically says, oh, you want to buy pizza. You're hungry, huh? Boom. That's how great Google is at this thing. And Pinterest is getting there also. Instagram, type in pizza. Let me see. What happens when you type in pizza? You're going to get all kind of stuff. Let's see. You get pictures of pizza. People making pizza. People eating.
Mm.
The smart one in here. Oh, I thought that was a Pizza Hut ad. I thought I saw a Pizza Hut ad. I was like, okay, Pizza Hut's on it because if I tap that pizza, it's somebody using the Pizza Hut graphic. But I could, if I was Pizza Hut, I would have an ad here, and when you tap on it, either they download the Pizza Hut or Domino's or whatever app, or it goes straight to buying a pizza. See, that's what I mean. Oh, here we go. Oh no, that's somebody else. Somebody else, they put a little. I saw a little Caesar's pizzas, all new crazy puffs, $3.99 hot and ready. I'm like, if I'm hungry, I'm gonna tap that and what? Order. Hopefully it goes to Grubhub or Uber Eats or whatever. Whatever this is. See here we go. Systems that save you. Whatever the system is. So that's what I mean about what's going on Instagram as far as I'm ready to eat, I'm ready to buy, I'm ready to something with my money. And Instagram's like, oh, well, here, look, this is how to make a pizza. No, I don't want to make a pizza. I want to eat it now. I don't have time for that. That's too labor intensive. I'm not a foodie where I want, I got to make my own pizza. I just want a pizza.
Right.
Dr. Tati says the hot and ready is an abomination of pizza, but I get the sentiment. Yes. Now I'm not talking about great pizza because here in New York we got pizza. Hey, you want a great gourmet pizza? There's plenty of places, but I'm saying that I need a pizza now because I got hungry kids and they're little birds in the nest with their mouths open, and mama bird got to throw some. Mama bird got to put some worms down their throat because you never hear it. So that's what I mean about like intent and purpose and driving a conversation. That it's all about intent. It's all about intent and discovering that intent, and then you can drive the conversation because you know what they want. Getting back to what they, and what I mean they is your target audience. You know who you're talking to, you know who you're trying to reach, you know all of that, you know them inside and out, psychographic, demographics, all the things that we talk about. Mario Armstrong talks about that a lot, about knowing your people, knowing who you're talking to, because it's very important. Because you don't want to yell into the void and then you get disappointed because you're yelling into the void. Well, how come nobody's coming to my party? Well, we don't really care. We don't know you. We don't want your party. We don't want whatever you're selling because all of those things. I'm making a joke about it, but really those are things that you should know. And then you use the platform to go, hey, hot and ready, the gourmet pizza over here, brick oven pizza, authentic New York pizza. Who doesn't want that? Oh, I heard about the pizza is great in New York or Chicago or wherever place. Detroit pizza. Oh, I want to try the Detroit. They make the square pizza, but I want it from Detroit. I don't want it from here. So see those kind of things. And there's a website that does it. Is it Goldbelly? Dr. Touch, is it Goldbelly or is that it? That if I want authentic Detroit pizza or the authentic Chicago pizza or authentic whatever from that location, I can get it now. Where before the social media, I could not, on the internet, I could not get that. I had to actually go to the city and get the thing. Dr. Taki says, yes, kids are like Mike. If it's pizza, yeah, kids, you sitting there thinking I got to get the gourmet pizza that's like $20. They don't care. Get them the supermarket pizza. If you don't have the zoo, get the pizza on sale. Kids don't care. So that's what I'm saying about intent. Like if I'm looking for pizza, it's like I gotta get, these kids is getting on my nerves. I gotta get pizza. I gotta get whatever it is. McDonald's, something got to come up in here because these kids are on my nerves because I didn't stock the fridge with the frozen supermarket pizza because they don't care. Now, as an adult, I do care But we're talking about, what you intent and what you need at the moment. So that's just a little demonstration about it. Dr. Taji says yes, gold belly. Yes, that yes. Okay, so let's talk about that. You get what you want, but it's going to cost you. Yes, it's going to be expensive, and I know that it's going to be expensive. So it's got to be, I've got the funds, and I really want it, and I got to wait. So see, yes, Gold Belly knows this. Gold Belly knows that. Yes, you want that Chicago deep dish pizza, and you're in California or you're in wherever that's not Chicago. Well, you can have it, and it's going to be fresh and good, but it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you. And I'm going, well, I went to Chicago a long time ago, and I went to this place. I don't even know, was it Geno's or something? I don't even remember the place. I remember the pizza. To this day, I remember the pizza, and I'm like, that was some good pizza. So if I'm in the inclination, I'm going, well, you know what? I want to relive that experience without buying a ticket, going to Chicago, getting a hotel, all the things you got to do. And I want to go to that. I'm thinking it's Geno's. I that might have the wrong name. I just remember the greatest pizza ever. So I might want to get pizza from them, and they're on Gold Belly. And I know it's going to be expensive, but less than a plane ticket.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. And Gold Belly knows that.
Mark said, Gold Belly won't. I will not give you the pleasure of my company.
Yes, they're expensive. So if you got, you're someone that your lifestyle, you have the budget, you're making that kind of income, and mostly those people, they don't have kids, because if you got kids, you're not getting nothing from Gold Belly, because you got tuition and then clothes, and you got things, because those kids first. You get them the supermarket pizza that's on sale. But if it's like, okay, well, it's just me, and let me order this Gold Belly and indulge myself, that kind of thing. So yeah, so it is Geno's East, but the best is Lou Malnati's. I think it was Geno's. I just remember Martin, that was I'm like, that was good. That was really good. That was so good. So I mean, I'm just saying that kind of thing, and Gold Belly knows that it's not for, it's for that kind of experience, and it's about experiences. If you can connect to somebody's memory or experience like that, and like I said, instead of me getting on a plane and going to Geno's East, I could say, hey, is it on Gold Belly? Okay, is there a way can I get it? And the drive for me is there, the intent. So that's what I'm trying to get into, the intent. So getting back to driving the conversation, because that's what you want to do. You want to be in control of what's being said and how they do that. So some of the things I wrote down, let me get my notes. Because you want to make sure what you're saying online on your platforms, it matters to a relevant audience. That's your target audience, your market. I talked about my post on Instagram. It's there that ties in. You can do this. You can pose a question. I could, in a sense, if I wanted to talk about or tie in my image memory of Chicago, or whatever your memory is, I'm just using that one, and I have something to tie in with Chicago as far as my business. I could say, hey, I remember, years ago I went to Chicago, and then to tie it all in, to drive the conversation, I could pose a question like, what's your best memory of Chicago, or what's your best memory of being somewhere and experiencing something that you remember years later? And you see what I'm saying? You want to pose a question, and it's really easy to come up. Dr. Tachi says, I love Chicago and Detroit style pizza. I do too. I want to try the Detroit style. And of course, yes, New York pizza is like different. That's what I'm saying. It's like, this is better because I'm here, or I went to Chicago and it was good there. I want to go to Detroit and I heard about their pizza. So those are kind of the things that you want to tie in your experience, your thought into your business in an easy way. It just takes practice. Now, here's the key. You got ChatGPT, you got Copilot, you got whatever tool you want to throw it at, and it'll help you. Now, you're not going to use copy and paste, but you're going to go, oh, I see how to tie it in now. Let me use that as the bones. And then I'm just going to throw my stuff in and make it sound and work like me and make it work for me. Then I'm going to put a graphic up. It could be a Chicago dish or a Chicago skyline, something great to get the attention. Boom, I'm there. And then the question. Because you don't want to do all this and say, oh, I had good memories in Chicago, and you just let it die. No, you want to end that with a question of, well, tell me your experience with Chicago, or tell me your experience with General. Have you been there? Tell me your experience. You pose the question the way that you want to pose the question, because you're going to get good responses based on how you ask that question. So now let's get back real quick off of this. I want to know from Dr. Tachi how her pie post that we talked about that had so many
Oh yeah.
so many likes and comments. You had to turn the comments off. I want to know what happened to the post after that. Let's get an update while we're doing that. So just pose a question. Make it easy for people to comment on your content. Pose a question that requires thoughtfulness, tying in to your business, because it encourages people who encounter your content to socially engage with your content, and it will also give more thoughtful and dedicated comments. And that will drive the conversation, because there will be thoughtful comments, good conversations, which will attract other people, and then they want to join the conversation. Okay. So yeah, so we're waiting for her. Also, before you pose the question, you want to create conversation worthy content. We talked about it a lot. Content that is going to attract. So again, you can. I said earlier that the people on Instagram that are really killing it successfully, and they got 200K and 150K and all this, that have been on for a long time. They know how to drive the conversation and tie it into various trends, recent events, pop culture, and more. And you have to make it relevant to your business or brand. And it's content that is related to topics that have a great deal of naturally occurring conversations happening already. And that's real easy to figure out. You can well, if you're not following the right people on Instagram, and I don't want to say Twitter, but if you still have it, and I still go there, I don't use it, but the trending, that's how I'm finding stuff, that trending topics, which I wish they would bring over to Threads. And Threads has said, oh, they don't something. I'm like, you crazy. Get those trending topics up there, and that's going to drive the conversation, because that is telling me what's going on and why the trending topics are still happening on X, Twitter, whatever, is because Black Twitter is there, Tech Twitter is there, Sports Twitter is there, a couple other Twitters. And political Twitter is still there, driving news about who and all what the shenanigans. So if I go over there and I just open it up and I look at the trending topics, I'm going to get sucked in. And I go, oh, well, what's this Kate Middleton thing? And I'm like, oh, well, what's going on? So, and speaking of that, I saw that Kim Kardashian made a post and tied herself into the Kate Middleton British royal family thing about the Photoshop and photos. She put herself in there, and it's not like she needed more attention, but she got it.
Mm.
So that's what I'm saying about tying yourself in. So create conversation worthy content. And the third thing, be persistent. Be persistent, keep at it, learn and optimize. Like I said, this is a learned skill. You're not going to get it right off the bat. And don't worry about getting it perfect. Just do it. Just do it. Just figure out, and like, okay. And if it doesn't work, say, okay, so that approach to, the thing that's going viral, the trend, the event, whatever, the pop culture thing. And we talked about this before about, culture taking over social media. How do you tie into it? And if you're not getting it or you're not understanding it, try it anyway. Gauge the results, see what happens. Do a search and see how other people are doing with this viral event or this pop culture event or this thing that's happening in the moment. Because trust me, this thing is not going to last. And Kim Kardashian knows that. She's like, well, let me get a little quick hit. And it's the same thing, like we said with Dr. Tati in her post. Like, not that she was looking to get a, to get a hit or whatever. It's nice, a bump. But it's like, okay, when you do that, you get a little judge, you get a little bump, you get a little feeling of, okay, my profile, my account is getting a little attention, and it's nice. It's nice to be the head cheerleader for once in a while. Or it's nice to be, the football or the sports jock that's got the whole school buzzing. It's nice, but don't settle into that's gonna happen all the time. Like we talked about with Club Shay Shay and his Cat Williams is probably 70 million. I don't know what it is now, but he knows I'm not going to get that, but I'm going to get some of the trickle down of, okay, the next one might be 20 mil, and the next one is definitely going to be 10. So that's okay. She said the next post was a be more and it got significantly more views. I knew that would happen. I ended up getting 2,000 more followers because of that post. Okay, let's stop right there and clap. Excellent. See, that's what I knew you were going to get a boost, because that's how the platform works. That's how Instagram works. That's how it works. And I said, your post from here on out, you might not get the Club Shay Shay 70 million, but you're going to get something that's bigger than, say, the average view or the average engagement that you were getting before. Simply because Instagram floated your boat up, and then you get more eyes on you. And then it's like, okay, my next post is going to be about what I really talk about. And the people that are interested will stay around. The people that were there for the pie post, they're gone. Bye-bye. We don't need you.
Now, she wouldn't have gotten that if she put it under the green circle.
Thank you. Putting it under the green circle, making your account private, putting in the section where nobody sees it because of whatever reason. Or I'm afraid of what kind of attention. I'm afraid of what will happen, so let me hide it. No, post it and go. If it doesn't work, oh well. So if this hadn't worked, oh well, what would have happened? Her regular followers would have seen it and laughed and commented and understood it. That's the least. What's the worst thing that can happen? Oh, my regular people just engage with it. Oh, well, I can live with that. But here we go. You got, a post from somebody who has, I think they had like 200,000 followers or something, and they're very popular. So that's what I mean. I knew it was going to be a bump. I knew that. So that's what I was saying. And I forgot to do it this week. I was going to experiment myself. So, and we were going to do the experiment of hitching our wagon to a more popular account, but tying it in properly, like she did, tying it in properly, seeing what happens. Maybe we get a couple more followers, or maybe we get 2,000 more followers. Or maybe you get 50,000. You don't know what this does. We don't know what this wagon, when we hitch our wagon to this bigger one, we don't know what's going to happen. Martha said, all I said was her dressing room must have been acceptable, LOL. Oh, is that a joke about, who had something about a dressing room? Is that what that is, Mark? Somebody was something about a dressing room. There was an argument. Is that what it is, or is that another inside joke?
Mark got jokes, and I'm
all the time, and I love it. I love it. And again, that's and one of the things I remember saying, we were talking about, I think we were talking about Don Lemon on Friday or something, and he came out yesterday, and I was saying that if he wasn't Don Lemon from New Year's Eve, he may have a hard road. Now, his post was about Elon Musk. So Elon Musk is a popular, polarizing person, either for or against or whatever. You have your opinions. That's not really what it's about. He's a person that goes, okay, I got a new show. I want to get a Cat Williams on my show. And that's what he got. So he got the views. And I read the comments, and people were like, I'm only here for Elon Musk. Wonder what kind of views he gonna get on the next show. Ha ha ha. So people already feeling that and seeing. So that's just one thing to keep an eye on. I'm gonna keep my eye on. Mark says you missed a oh, okay. See, that's the thing. We can't see that you guys are talking to each other. We just see comments. So that's why I'm like, sometimes we can tell you guys are talking to each other, which is fine. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. So the Don Lemon thing, that's another thing that I'm going to look at, and that's another thing about driving the conversation. Getting the biggest thing, the biggest person, the biggest star, the biggest whatever you can to get the attention, especially if you have an inaugural, this is my first show, I'm launching a show. You don't just want to have, well, okay, today we have on Mr. whatever, the gardener from the like, who? What? But you said, well, my first guess is Elon Musk. Oh, I'm going there, especially tying in with the part where there was controversy because Elon Musk cut the interview or he walked out, something he did, and everybody was like, ooh, we got to see that. And then there was the response to that he asked for a Tesla truck, and he asked for massages, and he asked for this, and he asked for that. And then his agent, Don Lemon's agent, came out and was like, that's not true. So see how all of that controversy builds up. And that's what
But
you want if you're, you want the attention. You want the attention. What do we think about the Don Lemon Elon Musk thing?
well, they both got attention.
Mm-hmm.
They both got more views, more everything. Don Lemon, I think, is going to be a beneficiary of a lot of traffic.
Yes, which is what he wants. He's launched a new show, and I believe it's been a year. Has it been a year since he was fired, let go, whatever the situation was with CNN? Because he's a very popular news anchor there. So the controversy has died down. People are like, oh yeah, I remember you, Lemon Don. I was like, oh yeah, Don Lemon got, left CNN or whatever. So he's like, well, I gotta reinvigorate the attention. I gotta get this thing going. This car's gotta start back up. We gotta drive the conversation. Driving the conversation. How do you do that? Controversy sells. Controversy sells. This is why that guy is always saying the things that he says, because he knows that the media is going to report every breath that he takes. So this is why I say that, I'm not a fan of his. I'm not encouraging or whatever. I'm just saying that I know he's an ultimate confidence man. He's been that for years. We already knew that in New York. We tried to tell everybody, but not you guys, everybody in the rest of the world didn't want to listen. He's a con guy. He knows what to say. And that can be a good thing if you're in marketing. If you're trying to do what he's trying to do, is not a good thing. So that's, a broken clock is right today. So these and the thing is that I'm not getting to the ethical part of, okay, well, I don't want to drive attention in the wrong way. And I'm not saying that Don Lemon is doing that. He just goes, okay, I know I'm a respected journalist. I have an experience, a background with CNN and other places, and there are people, whatever. But it's been a year. I've been, on break, or he's whatever he's been doing, and I need to generate the interest. I need to stir it up, and I need to do it in a way that's going to connect with all the credibility and everything that I had before. So I'm a news journalist. I know how to investigate the news and things like that. So who's the person that I can talk to? And then Musk agrees to it because he needs this. He needs the attention because of his X thing. Yeah. And the Tesla, he has problems with Tesla. And it goes back to shareholders for him. He messed up. What was that, a few months ago? Whenever he went somewhere and said he doesn't need advertisers, he told them to go whatever themselves. That hurt him. Because the shareholders do not like that. They're like, we're not here for that kind of shenanigans, Mr. Musk. You need to clean that up. So he figured, well, I could do this with Don Lemon and drive the conversation the way I want. Didn't go that way. So But these are some of the things that we we need to think about, especially when we're trying to um get eyeballs on our content. What's the best way to drive the conversation to where there's talk and things are happening, and there's the shareability factor of this also. So I say, Don Lemon, kudos to you. You did a really good job. Now let's see what happens with interview number 2. Who's that? I'm interested to see, and we'll see how that goes. So these are the things, some of the things about driving the conversation, and a lot of these things we have talked about before, but we have to talk about them and wrap them up into like, okay, here's the solution to what you need to do, because there's a lot of talk about Instagram isn't showing my content to all my 30,000 followers. They're never going to do that. So what do? Platforms are here for networking. How do I network? How do I get my message across? How do I drive the conversation on Instagram? How do I drive the conversation on LinkedIn? That's a different animal. There's different things going over there where you have to do things the way that you need to do to get attention. You also have to know what's going on with how they serve content. Pinterest, we talked about that. If you're, we talk about generations. If your generational thing is young people 18 to 24, well, guess what? You want to get on TikTok before that engine runs out or whatever happening. It's not running out today, because it's like I said, they're slow walking that thing. So if you can try to get some drive some attention over there and drive them to your YouTube, or drive them to where you want them to go, do that. And we always talk about YouTube. YouTube is going to be the thing, and because it's user generated content, user generated content is going to be a thing for a long time, especially in the creator economy. Because that's how content is made on the platforms, and this is how the engine of YouTube runs, or this is how the engine of Instagram runs. This is how the engine of Facebook runs. Different age groups, drive in the car, but you need to drive the conversations the way that they want to hear it.
Right. Oh, you
You don't
mean
want to
like
go
tune into the radio? Like the people in the car need to be, you need to listen, have the right station tuned in.
Yeah, because they're like, well, I don't like that. Well, I'm driving the car. I don't like that I don't like that song. I don't like that. Don't touch my radio. So these are the things we need to think about. And I'm gonna tell you, the bad part of this is that it doesn't stay constantly the same. The rules change. There's virality, there's culture, there's events, there's what happened, what's hot now, what are Gen Z talking about, what is Black Twitter talking about, what is tech Twitter talking about, what is sports Twitter. If whatever your industry, there is a conversation happening, and I'm starting to go to Reddit more and more, because there's things over there, because Reddit is getting ready to go public. So there's some things over there that I want to look at before we start talking about it, because that's another animal that you really got to know what you're doing before you go over there and do the meme of the Steve Buscemi meme of the Hey Kids, and he's trying to be a high school, and he's obviously 60 years old. Hey, cool kids, and they're like, no,
Like, dude,
no, we no, oh man, don't try to come in here talking out language, trying to be in the in crowd with us. So that's what it is really about Instagram, is popularity in crowd. And I'm like, that doesn't mean that needs to be the end all be all for your business. You might want to be where people are buying. They can buy on Facebook. And if you're doing B2B, you definitely want to be in LinkedIn land. You definitely want to be over there. So those are some of the things that, we're going to continue to talk about. We talk about the day driving the conversation. Does everybody get the point that I'm trying to make? I'm trying to connect it. Especially I use the Don Lemon. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can you do a recap on the things that we should be, the things within the conversation?
Oh yeah, the 3 things that I said. Yeah, let me go back. Let me pull up my notes, because they're my notes. So this should be number 1, but I had a number 2. Create conversation worthy content. That's where the content revolving around certain topics, depending on trends, recent event, pop culture, And it doesn't have to, and it really doesn't have to be trendy stuff. You just know what your audience is talking about, really. Know what they're
Okay,
talking about and tie it in.
so conversation worthy, number one. Okay.
Yeah. Number two, when you do that, pose a question. Don't just put the content up and just let it be a term paper.
Oh,
Have
okay.
it be something where you're asking a question, you're posing a question. Make it easy for people to comment on your content by posting questions that requires a response. And they don't have to give, not you don't want an emoji response. Those are great, but you want something to drive the conversation, and you do that with your own thoughtful content from the first thing. But you want
Okay.
to put a question in there and tie it in, make it relevant to what you're saying and also the answers that you want. Not that you're telling them what to say, but the question, if I ask this question at the end, what kind of answers I might get. And if you need help with this stuff, remember, generative AI, your tool of choice, ChatGPT, Copilot,
Or
Claude.
DJ,
Hmm?
or you.
Oh, okay. But I use. I'm gonna be honest. I use Chat GPT all the time since it came out the gate. It's always open for me. I have several tabs of things running. That's how I use it.
But because some people may not be proficient in how to ask the
Right,
prompt correctly,
right.
so then you guys can book
See, okay,
book a session.
I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that. We're going to talk about this again too, because when it first came out, you had to be a prompt engineer, and it sounded difficult. Now, and I think I've talked about this. You don't have to do that. You could just put one word. I put explain. I put explain colon, and I type in what I want, and I get stuff back. So the tools have evolved to where you don't have to be a prompt engineer. You just kind of put what you want in there and go from what the answer it gives you. You know, it's like talking to you. You're talking to someone, and you talk. It's not the expert. I'm just saying that you're talking to someone that's an expert in engineering, and you say, "Oh, explain variable, blah 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 blah." You put that in, and it's going to spit it back to you, and then you go, "Okay, I don't understand this word." It's like it's the tree of you're starting with the root, and then you and ChatGPT or Copilot have this conversation, and it leads you down the path, and you go, okay. And this is one of the good things about Copilot. It will give you suggestions of what you might want to ask next. Like it gives you 3 things that you can refine. You can refine the conversations. So I love it because you get in there, and you just start. Oh, I never thought of that.
So
Oh,
what
what?
I'd like, okay, do
Mhm.
number three, and then I have a
Yeah.
suggestion for our next
Okay,
programs.
so number 3, be persistent, learn and optimize. That means keep at it, keep learning how to make this content and tie it in with the relevant questions that get you the answers that's going to get the conversation started to where you're driving the conversation and you can engage it. You remember, drive. You're driving it to where you want it to go. You're driving it. You're saying, okay, this is the content, this is the topic of this post, and I'm going to share my thoughts, and then I'm going to ask you for your thoughts. But I'm going to ask it in a way, pose the question that's going to drive the conversation correctly, not just put an emoji. If it okay, you can do that, but that's a lazy. I see that as lazy. You can answer a question. ChatGPT, Copilot can help you with the questions. If you want questions, it'll give me a list of 50 questions. It'll give me a list of 100 questions. It will give them to you, and you can you go, I like that and like that, and I will take 2 or 3 things and Frankenstein it together to what I want. But at
Okay.
least it's not a blank. What I'm saying, it's not a blank slate of, well, what kind of question do I ask on this topic? I can go in there right now and say, I'm thinking about making a post about my memories of Chicago deep dish pizza. What kind of questions do I need to ask in order to engage my audience? Boom, I get an answer. I'm not saying that is 100% correct, but it's going to be more than it was before I asked the question. See, it
Cool.
was a blank slate before. Now it's not. So
Okay.
that
So what?
Oh,
So
be
one,
persistent, learn and optimize. That means I just keep learning, and that's the key to getting it right. And I hate to say that, getting it right, but people always want
so
to get it right.
okay. So number three, one more time.
Uh, be persistent, learn, and optimize. That means that you're going to keep practicing so you get it right and to where you get the results that you want. So don't
Okay.
give up because I tried it with the meme or the joke or the this or the that or the tie in to what's going viral and I got crickets. Well, try it again. Come at it again. Come at it another way. And
Oh,
again, ChatGPT Copilot can help with that.
okay, because so make sure your conversation it makes sure it's
Conversation worthy
conversation
content.
worthy.
Yes.
Pose a
Pose a question.
question and
Be
then be
persistent, learn, and
persistent.
optimize.
Okay, because and then you can't anything in life you can't do it one time and think you're going to be a professional
You see,
at it.
it's some people are talented at it. And I'll tell you, like Gary's talented at it. He plugs in the culture and makes the content, and he knows how to slice it and dice it and make. He'll take a 30-minute talk and turn it into hundreds of pieces of content. That's a talent and a skill. And then of course he has help now, but in the beginning he did not. That's
Correct.
another relevant thing that people throw at him. Oh, you got a team of 50 people. And he's like, well, when I first started, it was just me and a camera.
Right.
Then he hired somebody to follow him, but he didn't go and you can do that now because see, the time has changed to where you don't have to put all 10 steps in. You can jump from 1 to 2 if you hire somebody who knows how to do
How to
that.
do it.
Right.
Okay. So
And see, ChatGPT Copilot can help you also with this.
could we and then I know this will need to be put together that we do a AI session like
Mhm.
how to you know what I mean all the little things that we can start learning for about AI. Now I think
Right.
you did an AI
I
workshop when
did
it
one
first
when we
came out.
first yeah, when we first like a year ago, and like I said, things have changed, so the things that I said in there are probably still relevant, but I would probably want to do it like 2024 version, like the things that
Right,
I know,
right.
because
And I
people
think
because if you're still thinking, "I gotta have a 20 thing, prompt," or I gotta be a prompt engineer, or I got no, you don't. ChatGPT, OpenAI, Microsoft has refined this tool for use of okay, I'm a fifth grader.
right. So what I'd like to propose is that we do a session because okay, we talked about driving the conversation and then maybe what is conversation worthy.
Mm-hmm.
Then the posing the question you just explained that using the AI and then being persistent where we can do where you can come back here on a Tuesday and we're going to learn
Mm-hmm.
about how to interact with the AI
Right.
in a simple thing
Yeah.
because you explained it simply
Yes.
when most people get in there okay what AI there's chat gpt there's
Mm-hmm.
copilot there's
Right. So we'll
gemini
go through
there's
the list of tools that are available to free, paid, which one is best for you.
Mhm.
Also, because like I said, a lot of people didn't pay attention, and rightly so, when ChatGPT first came out. I did because I'm those are the things I pay attention to. So now they might be looking at some old news or old
right
information that says, "Well, you got to write a prompt that says you you got to tell it to be an expert in," but you don't have to do all that. You got to do all that.
okay
That's extra stuff because you are the expert. So you ask it a simple question, it gives you a response. It's like a play by a back and forth play tennis match.
I'm looking forward to that session when it comes up and we will let you know when that session is coming up
Yes.
so that you
So
can be ready it could be like a
yeah, so a
little
little
mini
mini
workshop
webinar workshop, something. And because I just thought today it just entered my mind that I was like, okay, maybe people are still thinking the way it was on January 2023, and it's not. That these tools, AI tools, are very easy and simple to use, where you just ask it a question or you put I this is how I use it. And I've said this from when I first used it. I have fragments of ideas. I have a thought, or I have a keyword, I have a phrase, and I put it in there, and I want to see what it gives me, and then I
Right.
go, oh, I didn't think about it. It's like a continuation of a thread. Like, okay, I only
Right.
got the phrase, only got the 2-3 word phrase that I have an idea of something, and I put the phrase in, and ChatGPT or the Copilot will continue the thread, because that's what it does. It's pattern recognition. It knows how to put blocks together, because if you said these 3 words together, it says, oh, okay, and it gives you it builds the rest of it for you, to where you
Right.
use it as a jumping off spot. You don't copy and paste.
Okay.
And like I
So,
said, you started out with blank, and now you got something to build on.
and that is why you want to follow TerryJohnsonOnline.com.
Yep.
Follow her,
Everywhere.
get on the list so that when that class becomes available, you can get in on the class, because
Yeah.
we all need to know more, and we want it from a trusted source, because there's a lot of voices out there talking about AI. They're going to get us, and it's not that. Whatever, you come in the class and you're going to learn how to use AI effectively.
Right. And when I talk about it, it's gonna be like for business minded, creator
Hmm.
economy, online stuff. Because the tool does a lot of things. But we want to look at it for, okay, I don't need the whole pizza. I just want like that one slice that talked about how to grow my business or my brand online. Okay, I got that part. Because we don't need the whole pizza. We just need that slice.
We just need to slice. I like it.
Mhm.
So be sure to connect with TJ. Follow another person here online. We had a lot of people in here from X today.
Yeah, oh, great.
And so
Welcome.
welcome. And then our YouTube family, thank you so much. Be sure to subscribe if you're not already subscribed, because you'll get a notification if you click the little notification icon, the bell. And then make sure you can also become a part of the Bizchicks community, and you will be able to get a lot more. We're tweaking what we've learned from TJ. We got to go hang out in Pinterest. There's a lot of things that we talked about
Been
today. You might
talking
want to
about
watch
it to
and
everybody. Yes,
see.
I've been talking about it to everybody. Everybody's sleeping on it. I'm like,
Mhm. So join the BizChicks community. Text Biz to 33777 or go to bizchicks.net. We look forward to you being a part of our community. There's no cost for you to do that. TJ will be back here on Friday when we talk tech at Tech
yep,
Life Weekly.
yep. We'll get the
And
wrap up for the week. Mm-hmm.
you can always see her right here on Tuesday mornings, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. on the East Coast. So with that, we want to say thank you so much for allowing us this time with you. Remember, we're here to help you take the hassle out of your hustle so that you can build a profitable business that's fun to run. And we will see you next time.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.